Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves a good one here today. It is the best of the best taking each other on. It's going to be Xena, which I've cast a lot of on this channel lately. Understandably so, as it's a random bot, so it's almost 3 times as interesting. And taking on Xena, it is going to be none other than Eris, the top dog, the best bot, the staple of the botting scene. So, we have got ourselves 2 incredible bots. We're going to see what strategy they're going to go for today. Xena showing us its win rates here. It wasn't, doesn't look too good from the SEMA things. But it's also not telling us exactly what build it's going for. So we'll see. I think programming a Terran bot against Eris, you gotta, like, against these top Zergs, you gotta use, like, a mech strategy, like the battle cruisers, that kind of thing. The bio just seems so hard to execute. As I say that, though, I look over into Xena's base, and what do I see? 3 barracks. So it's gonna be a cheeky cheese against Eris, and we'll see how well Eris reacts to this, as it does tend to scout out. It's scouting out for proxy racks, that kind of thing already. But Xena is a pretty darn good bot, so we'll see if it can bring down Eris. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this one, as always, you know the drill. Slap that like button like it owes you money. And then go ahead, leave a comment saying more bots if you want to see more of these bots. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. You can click that bell icon to get notified whenever I put up a new post or video, and as I do announce tournaments on there sometimes, like the Afrika World. Overlord for Eris is actually just flying to its death, unfortunately. I do find that a bit interesting, that there's it doesn't try and turn around or anything, but it's I'm sure there's a lot more logistics to that. We've got all those Marine boys just running across the map, currently 3 racks up, soon to be a 4th, with the speed mining I believe that Xena uses. That is gonna give it a lot of resources to make a lot of Marines, and I think pretty much all the bots speed mine at this point, so it's nothing too significant. We've got a spine crawler going up for Eris, a very fast reaction to this. We'll see if the Marines can break that down or not. The problem is, like, a built spine has really high natural armor, 2 armor, so it takes like 8 Marines to bring one down, or something like that, at a minimum, without taking big Marine losses. We've got Eris boldly making more drones while this is going on. That actually seems a little bit too ambitious, I'll say, as a spine crawler is good, but it's going to need some roaches, probably some lings, but roaches are really darn good against Marines. We've got one of those queens taking a lot of heat. Xena able to shoot the queens, staying out of the range of the spine crawler is really interesting micro, but it's really good for the Terran. Those queens not dead, so good pullback from Eris. They still have the energy to heal, or they could potentially transfuse later. That being said, though, Xena is saying, I can have enough Marines now to kill that spine. Incredible programming there to say, hold off until you can actually kill those units. Eris's pullback behavior is really good so far, and those queens did stay alive long enough for one of them to get a transfuse off. There are injured roaches, but Burrow's now done, so that's going to be really problematic for Xena, as these units are just going to heal up. It's like killing them an unlimited amount of times. They just go down and then they come back up. Not killing those queens is really unfortunate for the Terran bot, as the Zerg really shouldn't lose many units at this point. The queens maybe will be the only thing that will die. But it looks like, yeah, this has been a solid hold. Xena saying, time to surrender, as it pulls on back, and Eris held that off with flying colors. It's amazing how just with that one spine crawler, a bit of micro with the queens, and then as soon as the roaches are out, it's like, it's totally fine. And that's just the nature of Marine rushes. Roaches are so darn good against Marines. Like the spine crawler, they have natural base armor that makes them take a lot less damage. Xena is saying, do it again, though, as it throws up a command center, keeps pumping out Marines, and wants to move in again. It's not very consolidated, though, as the Marines go marching in 4x4, hurrah, but not hurrahs, they just die. Those Marines are now sitting back, seemingly waiting for one friend. But that is not it. Moving in with 5 Marines at a time is not the play. We see a scan go down, but that roach promptly unburrows. Incredible behavior there from Eris, realizing it's been scanned, so the unit stays alive. We do see some good targeting from Xena. It is able to kill like 2 roaches for 20 Marines or something like that. It's just not looking too hot for the red Terran bot. This is maybe keeping the pressure on Eris a little bit, but Eris is getting up that 3rd base now. Totally fine. And I'm wondering if there's going to be a transition for the red Terran bot, or if it's just going to keep trying this or not. I do not know, as the supply is in favor for the Zerg. The unit count looking really darn good. We do have an SCV transfer, so the natural base is up for Xena. It's just making more and more of those Marines. Looks like it's even going to get up a 3rd command center. So when your cheese fails as a Terran, what do? You go for 3 command centers. That's pretty much the gist of it. We've also got constant Marine production for Xena still. Eris is investing in all things macro, so its army isn't growing as fast as the Terrans. Maybe there's a chance that Xena could take a fight later on. I'm not holding my breath, however. We've got lots of lings being produced by the Zerg now, potentially for some harassment, that kind of thing. Eris is running in, running out. Did it see the 3rd base? No, it didn't. So maybe a little bit confused there. And what's the Marine count? 27 Marines. Take a guess how many Marines have died this game. I'm gonna go ahead and guess between 27 and 36. 43. Okay. A lot more Marines than I thought, which is very sad for those Marines, obviously. These Marines still have no upgrades. Xena is just saying, just build Marines, baby, as these boys are walking across the line in a very tight formation, I'll say. They're looking pretty sharp as they move across the map. They're gonna give it their all as they step onto that gross Zerg creep. Here comes the micro. Eris is saying ling harassment while this goes on. There's a Marine, though, that should defend against that single ling. The problem is there's a lot more lings running across the map. We see a scan go down as the Marines step on in. They're potentially able to kill a couple of roaches or something there, but not too much getting done as expected. Non-upgraded Marines are not it. We see a 4th base going up for Xena, which is just ridiculous that it's like, yeah, you know what's good? 37 SCVs, 4 bases, 5 Marines at a time. So I don't even know. It's like Xena's just memeing at this point. This is like a Gold League ladder build, if I've ever seen it. Lings are trying to harass for Eris once more, but Eris is on 4 bases. It's on a great economy, getting upgrades, macroing away. We see Xena going for 2 more racks. There's yet to be a single gas produced here, however. And that's making me really worried that it's like, just make Marines, nothing else. No combat shield, no +1, no stim pack, and certainly no medivacs. Lings are harassing the 3rd base. Xena is reacting to this. It's going to take a little bit of SCV losses. And those do all get shot down. Well, most of them get killed off there. More lings now harassing towards the 4th. Xena is rallying its units there, though. And as far as economy goes, the potential isn't bad for Xena. I mean, it's 4 base against 4, soon to be 5 bases for the Zerg, but that's 4 times the mules that it can drop. Now 7 Marines at a time, soon to be 8. And are we going to see more racks get built? What's going on with Xena? What's the plan here? Is it 200 non-upgraded Marines? That could be the play. And I really am just perplexed with this one, guys. These are bot games as their finest. They will do exactly what you program them to do, with very little second thoughts. And so Xena just has been set to build racks, to build more racks, and make the Marines. Now we've got a potentially, is that going to be a 5th base going up for Xena? We'll have to see a scan to kill off that ling. And there has been scans getting dropped all over the place as Xena attempts to expand. Eris just being a menace, burrowing those lings non-stop. We've got 7 racks being built at a time, which is a ridiculous amount of Terran production. We've got 62 Marines against 26 roaches and 10 queens. And I just am so concerned for these poor Marines. as like the roaches, they've got +1. Now, there's always potential for a micro foobar, even from the best of the bots like Eris, as a big bulk of Marines does have a lot of DPS. The problem is if these Marines spaghetti out, they will just be gobbled up. We see a scan go down as these Marines are engaging the Zerg force piecemeal. That is not too good. They're winning on the right side, killing off most of the Queens, actually. And there is 15 more Marines at a time being produced while this is going on. A 5th base going up for the Terran. So Xena says, I need more bases so I can mine more minerals, so I can build 17 Marines at a time. Oh my gosh, what a meme this game is. There is some good Ling harassment still going down. This 5th base gonna be delayed a little bit. Xena still making more Marines. Eris, however, is maxed out, and that is not looking too good for the Red Terran. The roaches are coming on in, and the problem is the roaches just do not die. There's been 13 roaches killed this game to 140 Marines. Marines are microing as well as they can, but we see a roach get injured. It pulls back. The Zerg efficiency really is what I think makes them king as far as the botting scene is concerned. As the burrowed roaches are just oh so darn good. Roaches moving across the map now, and there's just a lot of Marines, but not enough, it would seem. Eris has got Infestors coming out too, Infestors against non-upgraded Marines. And I gotta say, I love the strategy from Xena, and I imagine it works against lesser bots. I would have loved to see it build up to like 200 Marines, or just keep its Marines all as a big ball or something, just to maximize the damage, but this is not a winning strategy against the best Zerg bot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the like button for the memes from Xena. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support these daily videos and get various perks and whatnot. You see these roaches coming on in, finishing everything off, and that is going to be that. The attack animation sure looks goofy at this speed.